interesting subject. Maths is so interesting subject. You feel it hard, but it is so easy. You feel it hard, but it is so easy. So, very good morning to everyone. My name is Atharva Ajumpuar from 8 March. Today, on occasion of National Mathematics Day, I am going to present one topic on this stage. So, my topic name is quadrilateral. So, what is quadrilateral? It has a closed figure having a quadrilateral. So, there are total 6 types of quadrilaterals. First of it is rectangle. Everyone must know rectangle. But what are its properties? When opposite sides are equal, then it is known as rectangle. All angles are congruent, that is, they are of 90 degree. Then diagonals are congruent, means this and the second diagonal will be congruent. Then diagonal bisect each other. So now, square. Everyone is knowing square. What is square? When all the sides are equal, angles equals to 90 degree means right angle, and diagonal are perpendicular bisector means it is forming 90 degree angle here. So it is known as square. Then what are its properties? That diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Diagonals are congruent. Then sides are congruent. So next is rhombus. What is rhombus? When all sides are congruent, then it is known as rhombus. But angles, opposite angles are only congruent. All angles are not congruent. Means this and this angle will be congruent. This and this angle will be congruent. Diagonals are perpendicular bisector. Means they will form 90 degree angle here. So they are known as perpendicular bisector. So opposite angles are congruent. Diagonals are perpendicular bisector. Diagonals bisect opposite angles. Means this diagonal is passing from here. So if the angle is 80 degree, then it will form 40 degree from both the sides. Then it is known as angle bisector. Then trapezium. What is trapezium? When two sides, when one pair is parallel, then it is known as trapezium. This and this pair is parallel, so it is known as trapezium. So if two angles are out of 4 adjacent angles, 2 are supplementary. When we add the angles, then it will form 180 degree. That is, out of 4 adjacent angles, 2 are supplementary. Next is parallelogram. What is parallelogram? By the name only we can understand that what is parallelogram. All sides are parallel, then it is known as parallelogram. Opposite angles are congruent. This and this will be congruent. This and this will be congruent. So opposite sides are also congruent. This will be congruent. Then diagonals bisect each other. So when it will pass from here, then it will bisect each other. So I would like to ask the question: what is the thing we enjoy flying on Makar Sankranti? Yes, the right answer is kite. Right answer is kite, and it looks like this. Kite. When two pairs of adjacent angles are congruent and one pair of opposite angles are congruent, then it is known as curve. Means this and this will be congruent. It will form 90 degree angle here. So it will be the bisector of that line. So happy National Mathematics Day. Thank you.
Now present here, myself Manasvi Vishal Sutar from Standard 7 Venus. So today I am here standing for explaining you the circular geometry base and the simplest topic, that is a circle. But before starting my topic, I would like to wish everyone a very happy Maths Day. Now I would like to turn to my topic. A circle is nothing but two-dimensional closed geometrical figure having no vertex, and its measure is 360 degree. So a circle is basically made up of 4 parts, that is center, radius, chord and diameter. A center is the origin of a circle. A radius is a line segment which joins the center to a point of a circle. Then a chord is a line segment which joins 2 points on the circle but does not pass through the center. And a diameter is the longest chord which joins 2 points on a circle and passes through the center. So my first question for you all, that is, we all know about the perimeter and area, and generally we take out the perimeter of square and rectangle. But what is the perimeter of a circle called? Yes, the right answer is circumference. So now we are going to learn circumference of a circle. So for showing you practically, I have some circular objects, one paper strip and scale. So what we will do, we will keep the strip on the boundary of the object, then we will measure, then we will mark it, and then we will measure it on the scale. So it's coming 19 centimeter. And its diameter is 6 centimeter. So as this we will measure all the objects. It's 21 centimeter.
Whole box.
Six, 6.7 centimeter. So here I have one container. Now we will measure it. Okay, it's 18 centimeter and its diameter is 5.7 centimeter. Now we have a bowl. Its measure is 35 centimeter. And the diameter is 11 centimeter. Now a glass. It's 22 centimeter and diameter is 7 centimeter. So now we will take out the ratio, that is circumference upon the diameter. So now we will take out its ratio. So what we can conclude from this? Can anyone tell? Yes?
The relation between the diameter and circumference.
Yes, it's our aim to study the relationship between circumference and diameter, but what we can tell the conclusion?
Yes, so
Ratio remains constant.
Yes, we get the conclusion that we can see here the circumference and diameter is not same at all places, but their ratio, that is 3.3 and the beyond value is constant. So from this we turn to a new topic, that is a pi. A pi is a Greek variable which we use to show the constantness of a variable, or constantness of a value, that is 3 point beyond value. So generally in practice we take the value of a pi, that is 22/7. So from that we get our first formula, that is C is equal to pi into D, or generally we say that C is equal to pi D. So this is our first formula, and we all know that one diameter is made up of two radius of equal length. And from this statement we get our second formula, that is C is equal to 2 pi r. we can say that C is equal to 2 into pi into r. So I would like to ask you some examples based on this. So if the circle is having 14 centimeter diameter, then what will be its circumference? But how we will write it in the paper practically? How we will write on the paper? Can anyone tell? Yes.
22/7 into 14.
But first we will write the given. That is 14 centimeters diameter. Then we will write
The formula of circumference.
that is
C is equal to pi.
C is equal to pi d. Now how we will solve it? 22/7
into 14.
into 40.
Then 7 divided by 2 is equal to 14. And 22 is equal to 44.
And point to be noted here that we have to write the unit very neatly because our unit can change the whole answer. So my next question to you all, that is, if radius of a circle is 35 centimeter, then what will be its circumference?
220.
Please raise your hand.
Yes, Shreya, you are raising hand 10. Loud.
110. Tell the formula. Circumference in terms of radius.
What we will write first? Given 5 centimeter radius. Then
Circumference equals to pi r.
5 r.
Then put the values.
22/7 into 35. So how we can divide it? 7 over 7, 7 5 is 35. 2 into 22 into 5, that is nothing but 220 centimeter. So for the revision, I would like to ask you some oral questions, that is, which is the first formula? Yes? Yes. Then which Greek variable is used to show the constantness? Which is the second formula? As I hope so you all have understood it very clearly. Now I would like to end my session. Thank you.
Dear friends, myself Chaitanya Ramakant Jadhav. I am studying in 4th Saturn of Kekibag English School, Saraswati Nagar, Nasik. Today, on occasion of Maths Day, I am going to deliver a short speech on Srinivas Ramanujan. So let's start. Srinivas Ramanujan is the one of the world's greatest mathematicians. He was born on 22 December 1887 in the Erode at his grandmother's house, 400 km to the southwest of Madras, now Chennai. He was dead on 26 April 1920 in Kumbakonam. At age of 5, he started going to the pre-primary school of Kumbakonam. He worked on the different types of series, logical questions and the fractions. He is the one of the youngest fellow of the Royal Society. He did not get the proper education of pure mathematics, so coincidentally he met the Dr. H.R. Herde. He gave him one chance to go to America and help him. Thank you.
My name is Ovi Bhushan Chavan. I am studying in 4th Neptune. Today I am explaining a poem for Maths Day. Math is magic, math is magic. Learning math is fun, learning math is fun. Math is queen of science. Math is queen of science. Math is always true. Math is always true. Addition and subtraction, multiplication and division. Interesting topics. Math is very interesting. Math is very exciting. I love math. Math is very interesting. Math is very exciting. I love math. Let's learn with the joy. I love math. Let's learn with the joy. I love math. Let's learn with the joy. Thank you.